Hi everyone, Caroline here. I made this card using the new Christmas Lavinia Stamps, and I was asked if I would do a tutorial on how I did it. I am going to do one just slightly different, but I'll show you the method I used for doing this. See, it's pretty, isn't it? Isn't that lovely? Right, okay. So I've got a piece of card. I've done my base card, and I've matte and laid with some black, and I've made that to fit inside there because I do think it pops with the black. I mean, you can use any colour you like to you know, to matte and layer, but this is the one I'm doing. So first of all, I'm going to create a snowy hill in the background like this, and just using my finger dauber like that, like that. Just create where the snow has fallen and created a snowdrift, just so I know where to place my houses, like that. And this is my landscape I got from Inkalicious. So I'll get my stamping platform now. I'm going to stamp my houses. So the ones I've got are these that are called Woodland Cottages. That's the LAV 936 Woodland Cottages. And then the larger one, which is the Woodside View LAV 932. So I'm going to start with the large one on the end, as I did with the other. And I'm just going to have that slightly off. Now I put my landscape mask back there where it is, so that I don't go onto the snow, and it's sort of sat behind the snow, if you like. I mean, I'm doing a Christmas card, but these houses are beautiful for doing any of your artwork, making lovely scenes. They really are lovely. I'm quite in love with these. And as you can see, that's now behind that bit of a hill there, the snowdrift. So pop that back, get my little ones, and I'm going to get the next size down, and that's just going to sit there, a little bit behind there. That's come on quite nice, hasn't it? Just wipe the door of my stamping platform. It's got a bit messy. I've been so busy playing, like you do. And this one even lower down, so it's sort of going down in height. In fact, yeah. So that one's going to go there, like that. As you can see, they're behind the snowy hill. So I'll put these on here now. Put them back on your carrier sheets and then they don't get lost. You know, we're all famous for doing that, aren't we? Losing our stamps. So I'll take that off. Then while I've got this here with my stamping platform, what I want to do is I want to put this gorgeous stag on, and that's the LAV 218 if you're wanting to get this. So he's going to actually go there, and I've got the tree as well, which will go up here, but I do that last. But for now, I want to put in there, just there. Because he's out in the woodlands. So the tree will actually go there. So if you're a bit unsure, get your tree, because you need your placement right. The reason I do this last is when I ink the sky, I want it as black as I can get it. So that will go, when it's done, that will go up there like that. Because it's going to be in the snow, and the stag will go here, just at the side. But we can put a sentiment here. I'm using VersaFine Black Onyx. Let's do one more. Lovely, isn't he? Very, very regal. Very majestic. Put that back on there. Okay. I'm going to take that off now. Just for now. And I'm going to do the sky here. And what I'm doing is I'm doing a moon behind the houses there. So that'll go there. Just so that holds. I use my magnetic mat. And then I'm going to use chipped sapphire for the sky. So very gentle in. Don't worry if you go into your house a bit. You know, it's inevitable when you quite sure what that is. Must have been a mark on it. And get your mask back so that you don't go over the snow like that. Then I just get a bit of a finger dauber and just do around that moon and over that house roof. They're gorgeous, these little houses, aren't they? Absolutely gorgeous. Just want to put it out there. It was a bit darker. Like that. And I've got some black soot on my brush, and I'm not going to put any extra on. I'm just sort of going around the edge, just to darken the sky a little bit like that. And with my finger dauber, just a tiny little bit of the blue. I'm just going to get the moon and go around the inside. You can pick up the ink from the outside because it's still there, still wet, and just go around the edge like that. Can you see? Can you see how that's given that moon now? And not as flat. It doesn't look as flat. And I'll do that after. Like that. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to flitter a bit of water on. Just like that. Just let that settle in. And then I get a tissue and dab it off. Because I just want it slightly in the background like that. Nothing major, because I'm going to add snow anyway. So, that's it. And now we'll colour our houses. These are some Nova markers, they're called designer markers. And found them quite nice for this. Colour wise. This is the green one. And of course with all markers they do lighten as they dry. And the best thing with these stamps is, you normally with your markers you'll go in with a darker one for shading. It's actually giving you the shading on it, which is absolutely brilliant. It gives it a lovely look to it. Do this one in the yellow. Can you see that lovely shading in the stamp? If your stamp has missed a little bit, like the door here, just use your fine liner, take it down and follow it through like that. They've got an absolute snowdrift up to the door, haven't they? Oh, I remember those days. So I do the doors in a different colour. Do that one in the yellow. And this one in the beige. It's a bit like Balamori, isn't it? What's the story in Balamori? And then I'm going to do the roof on each of them with some browns. Get your colours out and have some fun with it. And around the windows, the wooden windows, because these are not UPVC. And over the porch. So they've come up lovely, haven't they? You see that? Really nice. And then I've got a grey. Just go around where the stonework is and on the windowsills. And then I'm just putting a slight shadow just under the roof there. It just gives it that little bit of extra shadow with the grey. This is a number 2 Pro marker. So and a little bit under the windows, just a little bit of a shadow. Just a gentle shadow, like that. Okay. So now I'm going to stamp the tree. Just make sure you're in view. It's a gorgeous tree, which is called Vine Branch. And I want that just above that house there, just over the edge of it there. And it's in the snow there. So this is what I was saying about going over the blue. And I will stamp this about 3 times. that black. But you can always go in with your fine markers and fill in any bits that are a bit pale. That's actually quite good. I don't like to emboss much with powders because I think it you know, it tends to warp your card stock a bit, and I'm not very happy with that. So I just like to stamp if I can. And yes, that's the vine branch. Love it. Gorgeous. So I'll actually do the sentiment here. Not sure I'll fit this one on this one. I might have to do a different sentiment. But I possibly can actually. Which is the silence is upon us as snowflakes fall. Winter is here once and for all. Which is that one. If you go into the sentiments on the website, have a look if it's still there. I've had this ages. It's one of my favourite sayings, because I do love to do cards like this. Oh, it fits there perfect, doesn't it? Lovely. Happy with that. Like I said, I did a different one with the stag on, just for a different card, different look of card. There we are. And I'm going to get my landscape back and do a bit of snow across there. So I'll get my tumble glass and flick it up there like that. Gives it, you can get some lovely landscaping with it, and it's lovely on your card. And then with your finger dauber, you just need to go along the edge of where your snow is at the top there, just so that it's not a stark line, like that. And then just do like a shadow down where the houses are causing a little bit of a shadow from the moon, like that, into the snow. Can you see? And the same under your stag. Ground him where he stood in the snow, like that. Just shows where his hooves have been, and the tree, because that's deep in the snow, like that. Now I'm going to colour the tree, and go with my brown. Gorgeous tree this is. And even though it's a vine tree, it's sort of a magical type of tree for me. It just makes the whole thing quite magical. Going with a darker one for a bit of shading now. And shading the areas where it should be shaded. it's all twisted, and especially under those extra vines there that come down. And then I'll go up there. Then more of a golden brown for along this here, along these extra vines that come round, if that's what you can call them. And give some extra sort of a golden colour in there. Okay, now I'm going to add some glitter on here. If you don't have to add glitter if you're not a glitter person, but I do like a little bit of glitter on my Christmas cards. I think it adds to the magic of it. And what I'm doing is I'm going along the edge of where the snow is, right up on the edges there. And underneath where the tree is, and where the stag is stood there. You see how magical it's made that? It's lovely, isn't it? Right, put my glitter in the bowl, in the tub. There we are. And using my Toisandior extra soft pastel, whatever pastels you've got, if you've got pan pastels or whatever pastels you've got, I like the soft ones because you can rub them. I'm just going to go around the edge of the moon there, like that. And I'm just going to create a lovely glow and halo from the moon that's in that sky. I've just caught on there a little bit, go over it. And I find my silver. Never find things when you want them, can you? Here we are. And this is the Uniball silver, and it really is fabulous for doing metal or things you want to glow on, you know, a shine on like that. Okay, I'm going to glue this onto the card now. Then I'll show you what I do with my snow. There we are. There we have it. Always be sure to, you know, stamp inside your card and get it all done before you glue everything on. Now, what I use for snow is I use the Bleed Proof White Luma by Dale Arowney. And you do have to leave this overnight to dry if you don't want to use it. Even with a heat gun, it does take time to dry. but it really is worth it unless you're urgent. If you're very urgent, then, you know, use a gel pen if you've got something to do quick. But taking your time with it, this really does turn out very, very well. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to add some snow along the roof. This isn't from nail art tool I use rather than a brush, because I sort of dot it on like that. Don't worry about that dot because there's going to be snow as well. I mean, I do have fine brushes I can use, but as you can see, this gives you a lovely white, and it doesn't sort of soak in and vanish like some things do. Once it's on there white, it stays there. So on the windows and over the doors. If you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe, and you will get all notifications. Not done my I'm going to use a Posca yellow just to do in those windows. I've forgotten that. So there's a bit of a light on at night. Just in the windows there. I mean, even with Poscas, they tend to soak in and they don't stay bright. You see that one's got soaked in. That's what I love about this white stuff. It stays. And now I'm going to do the tree. So I'm going to go along the branches and add the snow where the snow's fallen on the branches. And you see how lovely it does it as snow. Just little bits on the tree where it's fallen, and along some of these branches. Look at that. And get your gel pen if you want, and go over each of these leaves. Turn that round, and then I don't dab on that. So just add the snow where you want it. See, even with gel pens, you just don't get that depth unless you keep going over it. It's, I do like this loomer. I really do. So I'm just going to pop a little bit on the tops there. Just on the tops. You can see the difference, can't you? It's not cheap. I think it was about £10, but it'll last for a long, long time. So be sure to put the lid on well, and you're good. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flicker some of that onto the card, but I don't want it to go on my black, so I'm just going to pop a little bit of card, because once it's finished I want to just put it to one side. Otherwise I would have done that and then let it dry and then put it on the matten layer, but for now that's fine. It's covered it up, it's covered the areas I don't want it to go on. And then I'm just going to get my brush like this, dipping it into there like that, and then just getting my finger and flicking it. I'll stand up and do this because I'm being a bit too gentle with it. Oops. Don't worry, it's just snow. Just get my rag to wipe my fingers. And then in any extra I've got on there, do it a bit thicker down here where the snow's. That's it. Just going to dab some dots as well. And there we have it. Another Christmas card finished. Let's get my black card. Pop that on there so you can see it better. There we have another beautiful Christmas card. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, please give us a thumbs up. And like I say, feel free to subscribe, and I will be doing more tutorials. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.